Hello, everybody. Today is another episode of News on the Spectrum. That's right. My name is Martin K, and today episode gonna be about South Korea. That's right, South Korea. Do not mistake it for North Korea because what's the difference? It's very simple. In South Korea, when you say, "Hey, actually, life is not that good. I'm overworked," it's kind of understandable if you say, "Hey, life is not good," and then you die because it's North Korea. That's right. What do I know about South Korea? South Korea is a country in Southeast Asia, and the capital is Seoul. They have a great food like kimchi. Yeah, I love fucking kimchi because it's cabbage, and as a Polish person, we love cabbage and also potatoes and every other vegetable, which you have to really put a lot of spices in it to make it edible. What do I know more about South Korea? They are neighboring with, well, North Korea, that's right. They used to be occupied by Japan, but they gained their independence. Congratulations again. National sport is taekwondo. Taekwondo, that's right. Taekwondo is a sport where you can only kick. That's right, you can only kick. You can only use your legs. Why you cannot use your hands? Because in karate they also use their hands, and since they want to differentiate them from Japan, they decided like fuck it, we're just gonna use our legs. Also, they're eating sushi only with legs in South Korea. No, I made it up. I made it up. And exports of Korea, they're actually like super powerful when it comes to economics. Phones, Samsung, LG, probably some other phones too. Cars, that's right, they have a lot of cars too. What else? What else? A lot of electronics, a lot of stuff actually. They do have strong economics, and actually a lot of people using their products even if they don't know about it. Like for instance, the iPhone is like 60% of Samsung sub components. Okay, what else? What else? Main invention of Korea. Main invention of Korea is K-pop. That's right, K-pop. If you don't know about anything about K-pop, that makes two of us because I also don't know anything about K-pop. There used to be J-pop in the 90s, and then Koreans decided to took it and name it K-pop. And apparently, all the young women these days, young girls, are listening to K-pop despite not understanding a single thing. There are some bands which I don't know the name of, but I know the guys looks like ladies, but not on purpose. Not on purpose, which is actually amazing because if you want to look like a lady, you want to like change gender, like, okay. But if you just want to look like a lady without any purpose besides singing, well, good luck. And I never heard a single song too, so I'm not an expert of it. Okay, okay, okay. So that was the short introduction about South Korea. That's right. I shouldn't be doing this accent. I think it's pretty racist. Okay, so let's go with the news. The first news are coming from BBC, British Broadcast. British Broadcasts. Okay, I don't know the. I don't know the full name. Okay. Anyway, oh, British Broadcast Channel. I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah. Okay, so two laptops, six plugs. The South Korean cafes grappling with students who don't leave. Grappling with students? Oh shit, that's MMA, man. In the affluent Seoul neighborhood in Daeki, Hyung Suojo, Jesus fucking Christ, I don't know how to pronounce it, has a dilemma. His coffee shop is sometimes visited by Changyok, the term for mostly young South Koreans who love to study or work at cafes, but there is a limit. He says one customer recently set up a workspace in his cafe. Just do like just show up. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna bring my two laptops, three monitors, and my boss to yell at me to this cafe. Okay, set up a workspace in his cafe that included two laptops. Actually, I was fucking right. And six port power strip to charge all the devices for an entire day. I ended up blocking off the power outlets, he tells the BBC. With daeki or daechi, high rents, it's difficult to run a cafe if someone occupies a seat all day. That's right, all right? Mind your business, people, mind your business. The cultural phenomenon of Chagonyok is rampant in South Korea, especially in areas with large numbers of students and office workers. They dominate cafe often on a much greater scale than other Western countries, like in the UK, where those studying are often surrounded by others there to socialize. And Starbucks Korea warned this month a minority of people are going further than just laptops, such as bringing desktop monitors, printers. I actually enjoy this fucking hassle, right? Desktop monitors, partitioning of desk, and leaving tables unattended for long periods. The chain has now launched a nationwide guidelines aimed at curbing a small number of extreme cases where elaborate setups or plugged empty seats disrupt other customers. And this is actually fucked up because if you give people a freedom, right? Like, hey, Liz, it would be nice. Okay, if you want to sit in a cafe and study, it's nice. But of course, there are always some assholes in every society that will fucking abuse this shit, and then the rest of us have to suffer. That's right. Fuck your printers, all right? Fuck your fucking printers. Starbucks said staff would not ask customers to leave, but rather provide guidance when needed. Could you please stop using the printer and the second monitor, please? It's also cited previous cases of theft when customers left belongings unattended, calling the new guidelines a step towards a more comfortable store environment. Yeah, probably like Starbucks staff stole it. It doesn't seem to deterring more moderate Kagonyok, I don't whatever. Though for whom Starbucks has been somewhat of a haven in recent years. On a Thursday evening in Seoul, Gangnam District, this is the Gangnam District from Oppa Gangnam Style. Oh, I know the song. Fucking, all right. I'm hip, all right. I'm not that old. A Starbucks branch buzzes quietly with customers studying heads down over laptops and book. Among them, there is an 18-year-old student who dropped out of high school preparing for the university exam. Now he's telling them, okay, I'm gonna leave my things. I'm just gonna be here from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Oh yeah, that's fucking nice. We have now seen bulky equipment since we started visiting. Blah 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 blah. Okay, it's kind of the reaction reflects a wider discussion. Okay, they discuss about it. Okay, okay, dealing with seat hogging and related issues. Balance. Okay, two people would take enough space for 10 customers. Dealing with seat hogging related issues. Tricky balance. Hyun has experienced customers bringing multiple electronic devices. He's saying extreme cases are rare. Maybe 2 out of 3 people over hundreds. Owner of 50 years. Alright, where's the grappling part? Alright. Okay, to remain anonymous. Okay, he wanted to. Okay, two people would come space for 10 people. Alright, alright, alright. Okay. Basically, there is like a social economic studies about this phenomena. But there is no grappling. I thought it would be MMA. What the fuck? Growing foster care. Okay. Life of education. Okay, maybe it wasn't grappling, right? Maybe it was taekwondo. They only use feet to drink coffee and fight with each other. I thought it would be grappling. The fuck? Okay, they grappling with a similar problem, but uh, uh anyway, stop occupying cafes, alright? Or maybe if it's Starbucks, do it because fuck the corporations. Okay, the second part of the news, people. Here's why South Koreans are eating fried toothpicks. Fried toothpicks. Wood. Why? Let me fucking read about it. Okay, the news are coming from India Times, Times of India. All right. I don't know if there's any hate between India and Korea and they make shit up, but let me read it. South Korean health authorities issue advisory against the bizarre trend of eating deep fried toothpicks, popularized through viral videos on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. Ah, come on, people. Do not fucking do anything that they do in social media, right? Because they do it for followers, and you are doing it because you are stupid. Their safety as food has not been verified. Yeah, it's a fucking toothpick. You eating wood. What are you, a beaver? Jesus Christ. A bizarre trend that has been gaining popularity in South Korea has caught the attention of the Korean health authorities because the adverse impact it may have on human health. Yes, someone may turn into a tree and they're gonna sell it to IKEA, and you're gonna spend the rest of your life as a bed of some really horny couple. Okay, they've issued they issued a warning what the trend is about. It's about eating deep fried toothpicks. Videos have gone viral on all the social media where people seen frying toothpicks after they resemble curly fries and then season them and eat them. Ah, with a good seasoning, you can eat everything apparently. Okay, they don't. The Ministry of Korea, yes, there is a Ministry of Korea. They deal with Korea stuff. Korean Jesus. Have you watched the what was the name of the movie with Ice Cube and Channing Tatum? Not the Brooklyn Nine Nine. Ah, fuck it. Anyway, there was this scene with like, do not fuck with Korean Jesus. Korean Jesus has their own shit to fuck with. That's right. Okay, they toothpicks often used in South Korean restaurants will used to pick finger foods. Food coloring is used to impart a green hue due to the toothpicks made from sweet potato and cornstarch. Okay, they were picked from some mukbang, whatever this is. Okay, with the online audience through live streaming, viewers enjoy watching others consume various dishes, often finding it entertaining and comforting. Critics express concern about promoting unhealthy eating habits and overeating. Overeating toothpicks? Ah, well, if you think about it, right? If you think about it, uh, there is a lot of toothpicks and they're kind of cheap. So if your body can digest toothpicks, well, you have a life supply of food. hmm Okay. Several disadvantages of eating toothpicks. Starchy food, refined grains, and processed carbohydrates may contribute to weight gain and obesity. How you got so fat? Well, I don't know. I'm only eating toothpicks. There's also like a slander when you call someone a toothpick, which means a person is extremely skinny. High blood sugar level and old stuff. All right, people. South Korea is a country of very rich food culinary tradition. Stop fucking eating toothpicks, right? Eat some healthy kimchi or healthy other foods. I don't know any other foods from South Korea, to be honest. Oh, you have some great pickles too. Oh yeah.
And now is the time for news from Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovakia still doesn't exist.
All right, people. Now is the time for the second part of the news. News are from South Korea. We talked about people taking their printers to coffee places and double monitors and whatnot. We also talk about eating wood, toothpicks to be exact. And now we're gonna talk about a South Korean man. Oh, it's coming from Business Insider. A South Korean man binge eating to become too fat to serve is the latest creative attempt to dodge the country draft. All right. In Poland, people used to pretend to be crazy. And they thought it would be like, yeah, I just got out of the military. Yeah, I'm just crazy. But then they got yellow papers and they couldn't find a job because of that shit. So, yeah, binge eating, being too fat. Also, I have a couple of super fat friends, and I always thought it's because of their unhealthy habits. But maybe apparently they're trying to avoid the draft in South Korea. I don't know if the army draft in South Korea applies also to Poland, but just in case, my friends are safe. My friends are safe. That's right. A South Korean man was given a 1 year suspended sentence for evading military service. He was found guilty of oh, yes, just Jesus Christ. Intentionally, yes, that was the word. Thank you very much. That's right. As you can hear, my English is on the kindergarten level. Internationally putting on weight to get out of a combat role. How do they fucking check that shit? This is just the latest example of South Korean men trying to going to extreme lengths to try to avoid serving. Okay, a man got guilty for evading military service. 26-year-old man whose name is not publicly disclosed to he was sentenced to a year in prison, suspended for 2 years, according to Korea Herald. He was convicted of violating the Country Military Service Act, which requires all able bodied men between the ages of 18 and 35 to serve at least 18 months. While most South Korean men are expected to serve at least a year and a half shortly after finishing high school, the conscription law has numerous exceptions. Certain K-pop stars, I have mentioned the K-pop stars, right? Which governmental medals can defer their service under the so-called BTS law named after a popular band. Hey, look at me. Now I know a name for K-pop band. I didn't want to know, but thank you, Business Insider. Additionally, exemptions may be granted to individuals who are deemed incapable of serving because of illness, mental, or physical inabilities, which can include those who are obese. Fat fuck. No, I'm not fat. I'm just avoiding the draft, right? The Korea Herald reported that defendant gained substantial weight by doubling his daily food intake and drinking large amounts of water. Water? You should drink cola. Immediately before his physical. Okay, how do you check that? How do you check? Maybe he was hungry. Yeah? Maybe he was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm sick with this shit. I need to eat something, and I'm gonna eat double of everything. He went to McDonald's and he ordered like a double cheeseburger and a double Big Mac and a double Mac Royal. And there was an army officer like, wait a second, is he hungry or he's trying to avoid the army? No, let's arrest him. That's right, people. You're going to McDonald's in Korea, you get arrested. I would get arrested like fucking 1,000 times, and I'm skinny as shit, but still, I eat a lot. According to a newspaper, a man received a grade 2 assessment and an initial physical education, with the second, which is the second highest grade, would qualify him to service in combat. But he received grade 4 assessment of his examination in June 2023. God forbid a man to gain weight, all right? You're talking body shaming. This is a prime example of body shaming, all right? He's comfortable with his body, all right? He's beautiful. Big is beautiful. Which disqualified him from a combat role instead of allowing him to serve in a non-combat position. I would probably do the same. He weighed at more than 16 stone. Oh yeah, British measurement system, very logical. Stones, because fuck the kilograms that everyone else is using. No, let's use stones. Blah. In that examination, Atabu, 5 feet and 5 inches tall, he made his BMI 35.8, making him clinically obese. Ooh. Okay, they published some the military service statistics published by Military Manpower Administration. South Korean government agency, okay, conscription, 59 draft dodging cases, 37% of 59 draft dodging cases. The fact that year involved a deliberate gaining or loss of weight. I could never do that. You know how hard it is to gain weight? I'm going for a walk, I'm losing 2 kilos. I know some people are going to be mad listening to this. Like, oh, don't, you're sad about it. You know how hard it is for me to lose 2 kilos. Yeah, everyone to each own, right? Everyone has their own problems. This is mine. This was the most common method attempting to evade military services, with the second most being faking a mental illness. That's probably harder than eating. Okay, last year, the prosecutor sought 1 year prison sentence for a professional volleyball player on the charge of colluding with military broker in attempt to evade conscription by faking epilepsy diagnosis. Or maybe you could just, become a craft beer connoisseur. That's a mental illness, all right? Instead of drinking a beer, you can say like, no, no, this beer doesn't taste like wood and shit. This way is not good. That same year, South Korean prosecutors indicated 137 people on charges. You know what? I don't know what to feel about the situation because because they are kind of always endangered by North Korea. But on the other hand, really young dudes after high school, they have better things to do like drink and smoke and gamble. In 2008, 10 young South Koreans were sentenced to 6 months in prison for paying a broker to learn how to raise their blood pressure to flunk their physical assessment for conscription. This involved not sleeping for several days before the exam, drinking lots of coffee, and chain smoking. That sounds like my regular day. That's right. Meanwhile, earlier this year, a former South Korean professional gamer was sentenced to a year in prison for pretending to have an IQ of 53 after prosecutors accused him of flunking the psychological test, in order to be diagnosed with mental disorder. Well, in that case, it means I would never go to army in South Korea because I have like 54 tops, all right, maybe 55 after I read the book. In this latest in this latest incident, a friend who was sentenced to 6 months in prison for aiding and abetting, provided the man with specific plans to how to put weight according to specific plan: eat a lot and drink a lot. That's the specific plan, all right. I don't think you need to be a genius. I don't think you need to have an IQ more than 53, all right, to come up with this plan. All right, and now is the time for the last news. Sunni and Seven Princesses. The news are coming from Oddity Central. We all know this website. We love this website because it provides actually stupid news. Sunni and Seven Princesses, South Korea rapping grandmothers. Ooh, let's go. Sunni and Seven Princesses is a popular rap group made up of South Korean grannies in their 70s and 80s trying to take the entertainment industry by storm. All right, let's go, Grandma. A group of elderly women from rural Chinglong, a county in South Korea North. Jesus Christ. Gyeongsang province is making international headlines for their meteoric rise as a rappers. That's right, straight from the Gyeongsang, 7 grandmas. Gonna cook your meal and roast you in a freestyle battle. I am a grandma. Don't try to chain ma. All right, all right. That's all my freestyle abilities. Okay, the Sunni and the Seven Princesses only debuted in August last year, but the unusual rap group and how known all of, and is known now known all around the world. It makes sense if you think about it. After all, it's not every day you see a bunch of grandmothers wearing baggy clothes and chains around their necks and rapping about the rural lifestyle, especially in South Korea. Actually, I wonder what Polish grandmas would rap about. The prices at the bazaar is killing me. Someone need to do something about it. That's right. The 8 members of the group have known each other since they were young. All right, that's a long-lasting friendship. But they only decided to form a rap group last year. Yeah, I don't think they had this idea way before, right? I think they were like kind of okay. I don't have much to do. Let's do something, and well, they start rapping. I did stand up, all right. I started doing it when I was like almost 30. So it's never too late, people. Never too late. You can follow your dreams, all right? You want to be a rapping grandma, you can do it. Okay, so one day, a Park Yeon-sun, the 81-year-old leader of the group, saw a rap video on the internet and convinced her Hangul teacher to show him how to rap. She said, "Grandpas are the best, man." Sunny and the Seven Princesses began write wiring lyrics about the rural lifestyle, like picking chili and watermelon in the fields, and they staged their first rap performance last year at the school play. They put modern clothes, jewelry, and seem they have the time of my lives. Let's go, grandmas, alright? It feels like I'm getting younger, even I'm old. I'm excited, said Park Yong Si Akasuni, adding that she and the princesses are reliving her youth in every fun way. You know what? Good for them. Rapping grandmas, I think the world needs more rapping grandmas. The population is aging, so your regular rapper is gonna get older, and at a certain point they all become grandparents and grandmothers, and I think they're gonna provide us with not only advice how to live our life, but also some good ass fucking music, all right? All right, people, that was the news from South Korea. I hope you enjoyed it. My name is Martin K. If you have news from your country, there is an email from in the description you can use and send it to me. Anyway, take care, people.